What's up, guys? Today we're going to go back to Star Wars Black Series and we're going to take a look at a figure that I've already sort of done a review for, Princess Leia from A New Hope. But this time we're going to do the kind of variant re-release in the normal black box outside of the 40th anniversary. Because if you saw my 40th anniversary video, I'm not opening those packages, but I was able to snag that figure, the updated head sculpt, in the normal black packaging. So we'll take a quick look at the box first real quick. We've got our figure in the window there. We've got her artwork down at the bottom. She is number 30. We got a quick bio right up, all the warnings, all that junk, and then another window on the side. So let's take her out and go over this figure, and we're going to obviously be doing some comparisons to the original ugly Leia. All right, folks, here is our newly updated new head sculpt, Princess Leia, and right off the bat, I've got to say that I prefer this head. I don't think anybody is going to argue that. If you saw my 40th anniversary Wave 1 review where I went over all the carded figures and looked at their original releases kind of side by side, you know my thoughts on this figure already. The figure itself is halfway decent. The original head sculpt was complete garbage. Here's you can see them side by side here, and throw up a close-up too. But the actual head sculpt that we had on the original figure was, I don't know what the hell that was. Some sort of old woman I think they found as the source material for it. But our new figure here, our new Princess Leia, looks a lot like a young Carrie Fisher, and I think they really did her justice by going back to the drawing board and fixing what was ultimately a pretty egregious mistake in terms of what they did, to her. Because it's just an abysmal looking face sculpt for such an important character and such an important woman in Star Wars in general. So if you saw that original review, though, you know my thoughts on the figure. She is okay. I don't care for a few things about her, namely this hood. Look at all that material, way too much. So you could do one of these with her. I don't know if you're going to do that, but it sits on her head really funny. Like there's just way too much material there. So I'm never going to have the hood up, but there's just a lot there that bothers me. The rest of the outfit is okay. It's soft goods. It hangs halfway decent. The sleeves are a little large. There's a lot of material all over, but if you can get her posed correctly, she looks all right. Now, as far as the paint on the figure, there's not a whole lot, obviously. There's some on the belt. It's a white molded belt with silver accents, but obviously the face is where it all comes in. And this might be one of the few Black Series figures of recent that kind of takes more advantage of paint on the face than kind of leaving the sculpt naked, so to speak. So on a lot of figures, you see the sculpt is there, but the paint isn't. And this figure, while it's not loaded with paint apps, she's got nice straight eyes, nice crisp lines on her lips, on the outline of the eye, and then on the eyebrows. She's also got some blush on her cheeks. So she looks really good and accentuates the overall, accuracy of this head sculpt. So the head sculpt is obviously where the incentive to rebuy this figure comes in. And it's about as good as it's going to get for a Black Series figure, I think. I don't know that I could have asked for a lot more. So we know that paint is halfway decent, sculpt is on point. Articulation, I went through this once before, but we'll go through it again real quick. She has double jointed elbows because they can hide them. So so she has them. She can do something like this. But it's standard Black Series from there. Arms go up and all around. There is a bicep swivel. She's got a waist twist. Not a great deal of crunch, but it is there. Head goes up and down, swivels all around. Legs can go out insofar as they can, move within the skirt. But they do have a good wide range of motion. There are double jointed knees. Get the skirt out of the way. And I've got a leg. Ooh, that's not good. I've got a pin popping. I'll have to push that back in. But I can fix that. That's not a problem. So double jointed knees. There is no boot cut or shin swivel, but she does have a hinge and a rocker at the ankle there. So articulation is normal, standard for Black Series, outside of the fact that she has the all too rare double jointed elbows, which she really doesn't need too much, but I'm not going to argue about the fact that she has them since they're hidden. Now, as far as accessories goes, she has two. We've got the standard blaster pistol that she uses at the beginning of the film, which it's just molded black plastic. There's no real accents or any kind of paint apps on it that I can tell. It looks nice, and it's kind of the quintessential weapon for Princess Leia from this film. And then she obviously uses a Stormtrooper blaster, and she has one of those. This is the same sculpt we've had for years now. This one does have the silver accent on it that we've seen lately. That's pretty much it. Not a whole lot to talk about. I'm not even sure I'm ever going to display her with a gun. I might display her with this one, but I think she looks pretty good standing on her own. But beyond that, the figure is pretty good. I don't think she's my favorite Leia. It kind of screws that one up because I like the Bosch Leia a lot, but that's mostly because I like that character design. So I don't know if that one really counts. If that doesn't count in your opinion, then this would be my favorite. And I think that they went kind of above and beyond in fixing this figure. Obviously, they should have gotten it right the first time. They shouldn't have let this happen. Clearly, there was some QA mistakes in that regard. But I am glad that we finally got a good, solid A New Hope Princess Leia to kind of round out the original crew now from the first movie. So that is going to do it for this review, everyone. As always, stay tuned for more. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and until next time.